Hi, my name's Mike Thelfson and I'm a product manager on the Microsoft Education team. I'm going to be talking about what's new in the inclusive classroom, and I'll be covering the Microsoft Learning Tools set and the things that are brand new. Now, if you want to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates or check out my YouTube channel, many of the things I'm talking about today I'll be showing there, and also all the updates that I'll be posting in the future about all of our inclusive and accessible tools you can find there. Now, at a high level, Microsoft's mission in education is to empower every single person on the planet to achieve more. I like to say that doesn't mean 84% of the people or 96.4% of the students. It means empowering 100% of people. And especially during remote learning, this is so critical to not leave anyone behind. So this is built into our mission when we talk about inclusion. This is how we think about Microsoft in the inclusive world and working with students, teachers, and schools. Let students grow their independence and their potential. How can we let teachers reach every single learner? And how can we let schools build their reputations and have equity and inclusion as a key part of their strategic vision? And that's where our platform, we believe, can help. In terms of all the accessible technologies Microsoft already has, and I won't be covering all of them today, but these are the 6 categories in how we break this down. You can see learning, visual, hearing, mobility, neurodiversity, mental health, a really wide spectrum, and we have a ton of free products that are built in and already available. I like to say built-in, mainstream, non-stigmatizing, and free. If you've never explored the wide range, there's a great link here, and this deck is also available afterwards. This link has a big sway that's put together where we cover all these things. A lot of people come to me and say, oh my gosh, Mike, I had no idea I had access to all of these great tools already. I didn't even know. So don't let yourself be one of those people. Make sure you know about everything we have, because during remote learning, this is even more critical. The way I talk about this is the inclusive classroom. We inclusively design our tools to work for all students. They might help certain students more than others, but they work for everyone. And it's reading, writing, math, and communication, and I'll be talking about a set of these and the new capabilities coming out today. One of my favorite sites in the world is the MEC Accessibility Site. This came out in the last couple of months, and it is incredible. It breaks down all of our inclusive tools across all the categories, so you can have everything from reading, writing, and math to speech and language, mobility, visual impairments, deaf and hard of hearing, and it breaks it down so you can drill into any category and see all the tools available for each type. You can go as broad as you want or as deep as you want, and it's a great site. Highly recommend bookmarking it. Now we're going to start off with reading, and in particular the Immersive Reader. Now, Immersive Reader was inclusively designed to take the latest science and research around reading and focus inclusively on dyslexia originally, but then we took many of these tools and it rolled out into all sorts of Microsoft apps, and it's helping people not only with dyslexia, it's helping with ADHD, it's helping with vision impairments, it's helping people who are non-native speakers or English language learners. Now, the Immersive Reader has been built into many products like Word and OneNote and Teams and Flipgrid. But now we've made this available as a service. That means anyone in the world can integrate the Immersive Reader. So examples of who's integrated the Immersive Reader into their tools. You can see Code.org recently, Canvas, Nearpod, Buncee, Wakelet, Pear Deck, endless list. And we're going to be adding it to more places. So if you have a partner that you work with or a provider, make sure they know that they can integrate the Immersive Reader as well. The link on how to do that is right up at the top here, and we're always adding more and more partners all the time. Here's the example of Code.org. You can see right here that you click the Immersive Reader and it will launch it, and all of those capabilities of the Immersive Reader like read aloud and translation and line focus, picture dictionary, all those things are available, in this case, in Code.org. We're also rolling out the Immersive Reader into Outlook Desktop and the Windows 10 Mail app. You can see an example here. Think about all those people who might be working at home or doing school from home. If they use Outlook on the desktop, they'll now have that Immersive Reader, and you can see an example here with the line focus and the read aloud. That is rolling out right now in November and going into December. Another place that we've recently enabled this is inside of OneNote Windows 10 if you have a form. So I've put a form here in OneNote, and this can be a form generated from a math quiz. It could be just a form where you paste the link, but you can now enable the immersive reader on that embedded form. So in this case, you can have inclusive math on the form that you generated in a practice quiz. If you've seen the practice quiz in OneNote, that came out about a year ago, you could generate a practice quiz and it inserts and embeds that form onto the page. Now that form, you can enable the immersive reader. That means you could read aloud math, you could translate story problems into different languages, all those things in the form on Immersive Reader. We also have the Math Solver app. This is a free app. It uses our OneNote Math Engine technology. It's free on iOS or Android, and it lets you take a photo, kind of like PhotoMath, of a math problem, either text or written math, and then use the Immersive Reader on the solver. So I'll show what that looks like. Play. So here I'm going to launch the Math Solver app, take a picture, and that's inking. It runs OCR, and you can see I choose to solve that problem. And there's the Immersive Reader right next to the Math Solver. So I've launched the Immersive Reader. All those things work on the story problems. Read aloud, picture dictionary. I can even go change the background color and translate all of those things from taking a photo of a math problem. So take the photo, it runs OCR, and then you can get the solver step by steps and then run the Immersive Reader. And there I've translated it into Spanish. It's pretty incredible technology. This is free and it's rolled out very recently. It's called the Math Solver, iOS or Android. We've also announced Immersive Readers coming to PowerPoint. Here's a PowerPoint slide. I've selected text, right click and choose the Immersive Reader. You get all those same capabilities, but that is now built into PowerPoint for the web. This will be rolling out probably in late December, early January, and it's going to come to PowerPoint web first, and we hope to bring it to other places later. It's also coming to OneDrive. I've selected a file here in OneDrive, and I go up to Open in the upper left, and you'll see Open an Immersive Reader. So we're really bringing this to as many places as possible. So now in OneDrive, any document that you select, you'll be able to open that in the Immersive Reader. Another one that we just rolled out, think about PowerPoint Designer and think about people who have challenges with lots of small motor movements, or maybe people who have challenges getting their PowerPoint slides organized properly. This is Designer for Word. It's the same concept, and it uses AI to be able to find small little details in your document and automatically fix them up, and then suggest templates you can use on top of that to make your documents beautiful. So I'll hit play here and show the video. I go on the right-hand side and choose Designer. There's some small formatting fixes that it found, and I'm going to try to apply those. So small little font sizes and styles, it automatically picks those up and can fix them. So you can see there was a little error that I made. It found that. There's another one. So there's a set of little small details that it will quickly find and save a massive amount of time. I can also go over and choose a different style. So all these styles here, I can choose it, and immediately my entire document is cleaned up and looks beautiful. And so here's a couple examples I'm choosing. You can see this is the Designer in Word for the web. This recently rolled out, and it's going to be available to everyone very soon. So if you go to the Home tab in Word for the web, you'll see Designer showing up right here. And that's a great one to give a try. This is great for writing. Now Teams. Teams is really important. It's our hub for education. Everything can flow through Teams. Classes, staff, PLC, and all of our assignments and M365 apps all inside of Teams. And there's so many capabilities. Everything from Immersive Reader to translation, live captions, accessibility checker. First off, Together Mode. You might have seen Together Mode in your Teams recently. It's just finished rolling out. Some people think, oh, it's a little gimmicky. Well, it turns out Together Mode, there's science, brain science research behind it. And it shows that when you normally look at all these grids like on Zoom or on Teams Gallery Mode, it can be very stressful on the brain and cause exhaustion. So think about students with ADHD and learning and attention issues. That can be really hard. The science shows that with Together Mode, where your eye focuses on the same person in the same place, mapped against that reality background, it actually is much easier and less exhausting. So for students that need that extra support with learning and attention, Together mode can be a really key feature for them. Spotlight allows the educator to highlight either themselves or a specific student, so it's great for focus and attention. So I'll hit play here. As the teacher, I'm going to go down and I'm going to put attention on Chelsea so everyone can focus on her. I click the ... and choose Spotlight. Now Chelsea's in front of the class. This could also be the teacher, so you could spotlight yourself in front of the class. And it's really nice to be able to keep on the focus and attention. You can see the icon here is the spotlight icon on Chelsea. I can also stop spotlighting by going up to the top and click Stop Spotlighting. So this is already rolled out right now in Teams meetings. It's in Teams desktop meetings as well as Mac. Another one is focus mode. This rolled out recently, and think about students with ADHD and learning and attention issues. So in this case, I'll go to the ... menu and I'm going to choose focus. And what happens is all those videos along the bottom will go away. So this lets me focus really on the content. So if a slide is being shared or content, I can make all those videos go away when I choose focus mode. That has recently rolled out and is available. Captions, so speaker attribution and transcription. These are incredible features for students that are deaf and hard of hearing. It could be for other reasons why you just want to have the transcript available. And we've recently rolled this out with speaker attribution. So we had live captions in Teams, but now it's getting better. So I'm going to hit play here and show the video. So I'm going to share some content with my class, and I'm going to turn on live captions, and you're going to start seeing the speaker attribution. So there's my name, the captions are going as I'm talking. I can also start recording and turn on transcripts. So transcription happens, and I'll show that in a minute. Now, as other people in the class are talking, down lower, you're going to see that speaker attribution. There's Abby, and then Gabby says some talking, and we're talking, and it's ascribing our name next to who's talking, which is really nice. Now, when I'm done, I can hit stop recording, and the entire recording with the transcript is available. I can even turn on the transcripts on the right-hand side here, start transcription. Everything in the meeting is right there with the person who is saying it. Now, at the end, when I'm fully done, I stop the meeting, and you're going to see the transcript automatically comes with the video, and I can download that as a Word document or VTT. I can open that transcript, so you can see here the transcript for the meeting is open afterwards, and you can see exactly who was talking and what was being said. So this is a great inclusive feature that is available. It's coming out in late November, so right about now, and it will be rolling out into December. This is also part of Teams meetings. Breakout Rooms. Breakout Rooms is now fully rolled out. I know a lot of people were excited about that and waiting for it. Now, why I have Breakout Rooms, that is because with Breakout Rooms, all those features that we talked about, Together mode, we could have the live captions, Spotlight, everything that is in a Teams meeting for accessibility is also available in Breakout Rooms. So that's just good to know that all these meetings features that are inclusive and accessible will also work in Breakout Rooms. Now, coming soon, this is one of my very favorites. I think this is going to be incredible, especially for signing, deaf and hard of hearing, and also focus and attention. It's called Dynamic Views, and this is a repeating GIF, but you can see you can overlay yourself or the teacher in front of the screen, but also you're going to see on the upper right here, there's people who are pinned. So it allows you to customize different video streams and overlay in a way that is dynamic and makes the most sense for you. So if you have someone who's using sign language, but then you also have the educator, those scenarios will work. If you want to have the student overlaid in front of their content, that can work as well. Lots of different options. Dynamic views will roll out at the very end of 2020, so stay tuned, it'll be coming soon. The other one is meeting recap. This is just nice because when you have the recording and the transcript and other information, that can all be now packaged up in a nice user interface that's called meeting recap. This is something that's rolling out at the end of 2020. And while it's not necessarily accessibility and inclusion focused, it is very nice in terms of packaging this information like the transcript all up in one place. That is a quick tour of all the inclusive and accessible features that are either brand new or coming soon. But I also want to make sure you know about our quick tips and resources. You saw a lot of things here and you might say, how can I get training? How can I learn more? First off, make sure that you know about our interactive guides for reading, writing, math, and communication. There are many, many capabilities I didn't talk about today, but these are web-based. Any student can look at them, any educator, any parent, and they are click-through and interactive guides. Highly recommend that you check these out and share them. So if people want some really quick PD, these are click-through and nice. I also have a YouTube channel, like I mentioned in the beginning. I put lots and lots of short and sweet 2, 3, 4-minute videos on inclusive and accessible technologies, quick tip teams and meetings videos, anything that an educator wants, I will typically be posting, and I keep posting to my YouTube channel. So I suggest you check this out, subscribe to this, and I'll be posting more and more on that channel. And at the very end, just so you know that we have resources. So Immersive Reader resources, Teams for Education resources, OneNote education resources, all sorts of great stuff here. And I encourage you to check these out. And lastly, here's a link to this presentation. You can download it, you can share it, you can watch it over and over again if you need to. Also my email address and Twitter handle. Highly encourage you to mail me if you have feedback. Reach out to me on Twitter. I'm highly active. I look forward to feedback that you might have. And thank you very much for this content session at ISTE. I hope you have a great rest of your time here in this virtual conference.